What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here. Welcome back to the Basque Boys, and as always, if you are still enjoying the series, please do go and drop it a like. And today, got a couple matches for you. A tune-up match in the league versus Malaga before the main attraction, and that is the second leg of our Champions League knockout stage versus Tottenham Hotspur. It's going to be a big one, 0-0 going into this. We need to come away with a goal, at least a goal, because well, we're the away team this time around, and it's going to be very hard to try and get one of those away goals. But anyway, before we get into those matches today, we got a couple matches in the league that we need to go over, so let's take a look and see how we fared. And since our last episode, which of course the first leg in that Champions League knockout stage, we took on 3 league teams and came away with 3 straight victories, upping our unbeaten streak to 9 games right now, including a very famous victory at home versus Real Madrid. And of course, the 4-2-3-1 at home works versus Real Madrid this time. A 3-1 victory with Muniain getting himself a brace and Xavi also netting one on the tally. And Real Madrid didn't do too bad. They beat us in the shots. It was pretty level in possession as well, but overall the team just looked fairly average, and we were able to take care of that averageness by being just a little bit better than them on the day. Gelson Mern's the only goal scorer on the Real Madrid side, but hey, a solid 3 points over Los Blancos to jump ahead of them and get ourselves into second place in the league. There are 2 victories, a 2-0 victory versus Betis, and a 3-2 victory, a come-from-behind victory versus Valencia at that, 3-2 away from home. Second place in the league right now, as we're just 3 points behind Barcelona with 10 matches to play. Real Madrid actually dropping down into 4th place because of the head-to-head results versus Atletico Madrid. So right now, it's basically a 4-team race at the top between Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's only 7 points, and like I said, just 10 matches left to go in the season. Anything can happen. A string of wins or a string of losses can really turn the tide for one of these 4 teams. We just need to continue on with how we've been faring throughout the entirety of the season, and if we could possibly pip Barcelona at the end of the season, get ourselves another La Liga title, that'd be great. It's just looking pretty difficult right now since Barcelona are on a hot streak themselves. And in a matchup versus Malaga today, I'm going to have myself a little bit of a rotated side. They're going to be coming out in a 4-1-4-1. We're going to be staying with our 4-3-3, and the lineup's going to be as follows. And yes, like I said, rotated side. Out in Ghana is going to be in net. Uhia, Echenis, Laporte, Sabarit along the back line. My defensive mid today is in fact going to be the youngster Iñaki Garcia, because he's 18 years old. He's being capped at a youth level. I want to give him some first-team football, so that's what I'm going to do here. Marino Linton Jr. as my 2 center mids. We got Eder Vasquez and Xavi, my 2 starting wingers. Villalibre sitting up top because Villalibre's got to sit up top. Hopefully, they force-feed him the ball, and we can get ourselves a few goals and get ourselves a win. So, like I said, this is the tune-up match before the Spurs game, so let's put on a good show, and hopefully we come away with a win. So let's kick off and see what happens. Now, at the end of the day, this might be nothing more than a little test in my sanity, because this is a mostly rotated side, and usually when I put out rotated sides, they don't really end well for me. So hopefully the boys can go out here today and prove me wrong and actually do fairly decent. Otherwise, I'm just not going to play my youngsters from here on out, because if I can't trust my youngsters, then who can I trust down the stretch? 28 minutes into the match, a ball coming inside from Malaga, cleared away, Villalibre up to Uhia. He's running free, but he's a right back today. I don't know why he's running free, leading the line, taking a shot, saved by the goalkeeper. That was a very strange turn of events. I don't know why Uhia didn't just hold it up and wait for Villalibre to come running. Should have just passed it off to him. And it's been all us so far today, outside of that free kick. All the shots, 7 of the shots, and now we got ourselves a ball coming through Xavi, trying to get it up the wing, but unfortunately, Malaga just taking him off the ball, and now here they come. Markovic running through defense. He cuts around 1, he cuts around 2, takes a shot into the far post. How in the hell? Markovic just ran circles around my defense. Ran past 3 guys. Also, kill me now, that is Malaga's first shot in the game. Of course their first shot goes in for a goal, whereas we're dominating, we're doing everything in this match, and all of a sudden Malaga get a lucky-ass shot, and they got themselves the lead. Typical football manager. Well, it's a good thing I do have the big boys on the bench, because it's more than likely going to come to that. I'm going to start swapping people out, so we're going to basically go into full-on, not FU attack mode yet, but we're going to do counter-attacking, and we're going to bring some people on. Eder Vasquez is going to come on for Iker Muniain. Williams is going to come on for Xavi, because, well, like I said, they're just not doing all that well. So we're going to be swapping those 2 people out at halftime, And, well, boys, turn it around because we should not be losing this match right now. With the amount of talent we have on the pitch and how much we've dominated the first half, there's no way we should be losing this match. Tale of two halves, really. It's been a whole load of bad for us in this second half. Malaga have been coming on strong in terms of shots, and there have been absolutely zero highlights in this second half, and that's really, really worrisome. Now, I'm not going to lie, because I went from counterattack up to straight up attacking, and that has done absolutely nothing to help us out. So this is basically the game going, okay, we gave Malaga the lead, and now we're not going to show you any highlights for the rest of the game and give you the loss because you deserve a loss right now. Because, going back to what I've said, Football Manager's got ears. It heard me say I was on a 9-match unbeaten run, and guess what? FM goes and says, F you, you're taking a loss because you deserve a loss. And that's definitely up there in terms of worst scripting episodes I can think of in a game. This was completely and totally scripted. That we lose 1-0 to Malaga, yes, with a little bit of a rotated side, but their only shots coming on their first shot of the game, we dominated the majority of the match, and we come up with nothing. Typical Football Manager. So it's definitely not good for anybody's morale going into the match versus Tottenham now because, well, we lost to a team that we should have beaten in Malaga. So we got to go in to New White Hart Lane and now come away with some goals, really. That's all we need to do. It makes it so easy. We got to come away with away goals in the second leg of a knockout competition. And with the way that we played versus Malaga, it doesn't look like we're going to do that. Hopefully they prove me wrong. I mean, this is just typical, and it's just my luck that I want to put in a rotated side. I want to play my youth, vet the youth, get them into the squad, break them into the system, and the game punishes me for that. That I can't bring up my youth. I can't play a rotated side against a team that I feel like I can beat. So why even bother? Why even bother playing the youth in Football Manager anymore? If it's just going to come to this. If I'm going to play them, or maybe I'm just playing too much of them. If I can't play them and get them some experience to then have them develop, what's the point of even playing them anymore? So now it really all comes down to this, and Spurs are going to be fully fit and rested. And if you remember from last episode, they really gave us the business. And we were fortunate enough to come away 0-0 at home. Now we got to travel out to London to take them on. This is probably going to end extremely bad for us. This is probably going to end up as an ass whooping. But we can only hope that we come away and put up somewhat of a fight. That's what I'm hoping for out of this, putting up a fight versus Spurs and making it look somewhat respectable. So that being said, the line's going to be as follows for this match. Kepa in net, Leque, Martinez, Laporte, Azpilicueta on the back line. San Jose is going to be the defensive mid. Herrera and Marino in front of him. Muniain, Xavi out on the wings. And we got Villalibre sitting up top. If you remember, Iñaki Williams can't play because he was already capped for Spurs in the Champions League. So this is what we got. So I'm crossing fingers, but I don't even know if I cross enough of my fingers or my toes and call myself lucky out of this. It's going to be very difficult. So let's just go in, hope for the best, see what happens. I mean, if we looked at the Spurs roster, of course, it's basically the same as the last time we faced off against them. Harry Kane, Dele Alli, Bentaleb, Dyer's in there, Ricardo Rodriguez, Jack Butland in front of net. Toby Alderweireld's out there on defense as well. It's just a completely stacked lineup for Spurs, and we'd be very, very lucky if we somehow break them down. But right now, with 11 minutes on, we really can't, as Kane gets into Dele Alli, and that's a perfect cross and a perfect goal to give Spurs the lead. So with that being said, I'm going to put us on counterattack. I'm going to pump the tempo up higher. Going to throw a little bit more direct passing. I would like it, honestly, if I could have a little bit of mixed passing there instead of just strictly more direct passing. But we'll go with this. Highlight was already starting as I paused, so with 12 minutes in, we had a throw in, and then we just give the ball away on that wing. And now, what are Spurs going to do with it? Baldy Keita getting it through. Harry Kane. This is some great passing. This is some passing that I wish that my team would do on a consistent basis. We barely see this within live comms, and barely outside of live comms as well. Ball out to the wings, Alderweireld to Onus to Bentaleb. Like I said, it's some great passing. They're just doing everything they can. They're doing everything correct to break us down in the passing game. And that we have nothing. We have no answer for them right now. I know it's early, but we need to get our shit together. And it's still Spurs coming forward. Dele Alli taking a shot from the top of the box. Good save from Kepa. But it's just been all Spurs all day so far. Horrible pass. Muniain really needs to hold on to that ball. And now in a very poor position, Spurs coming through. Muniain, though, taking the ball off of him and then just tries to clear it away. Nobody is there. And then once again, look at that. Spurs, one-touch passing right through our defense. That is insane. How well they're just completing their passes, connecting and linking up the play. Where is that for us? Is that because that we're not doing all that well? Is that because that we, as a team, are just playing poorly? Is that because we're also using this formation? Maybe if we jump up to a 4-2-3-1, maybe if we match them, then something decent will happen. But as of right now, at that point in time, San Jose is going to have to come off for Mikel and Chowsty. That's going to be my only sub. It's basically trying to match like for like right now. We need to be as attacking as Spurs is to just do something, do anything. And Villalibre hasn't done much of anything either. He's got a 6'5" or lower in these last two matches. So it's just been a complete shambles from top to bottom. Look at that. Did you just see that? Laporte throwing it in, and Alderweireld just comes out of nowhere, steals the ball off that throw-in, and now Spurs have themselves an attacking chance. Good save from Kepa, but that was all started by a lackadaisical throw-in, allowing Spurs to capitalize. What is going on with this team? They're showing zero fight right now. They're showing zero will or desire to play in a match that can get us through to the next round if we just get a goal. In Chowsty, though, with a corner kick, Azpilicueta to Muniain. Oh, my lord, that was some great defensive work by Spurs there. But now at 15 minutes, we get the ball right back. Muniain to Chowsty to Villalibre. Oh, you need to do better with that shot, Villalibre. You are better than this. 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock, and once again, it was basically the same thing what we saw in the first leg with a little bit more onus on the attacking power of Spurs. And they came out, they got the goal. That's all they needed. Over these two legs, one goal was all that was needed. And it just wasn't us. So we're knocked out again. And I thought this year, with how this squad was built, we could have gotten ourselves back to the semifinals. At least to the quarters. This is unacceptable. It's 0% acceptable that it doesn't want to do anything remotely playing to the skills that they are developed to be, or even playing as a team. There are 11 strangers out on that pitch right now. Not a one knows what the other one is doing. And that is a problem. That is a problem that needs to be addressed going forward. Yes, we're second in the league, but over the last few matches, in fact, take away the Real Madrid result because that one was probably the most complete performance that they had. The last 5 out of 6, they have not played to the best of their ability. And it's starting to catch up with them. And if we lose our pace with Barcelona challenging them for the title, then it's to be expected. So we got no Copa del Rey to go after. We got no Champions League to go after now. We need to be top 4, if not challenging for the league title to salvage this season now. Because it's basically top 4 or bust. Get back into the Champions League or bust. And if that's the case, then I might as well just retire at that point. If we don't stay within top 4 at the end of this season, I'm calling it. I'm calling it quits because this team is built to be top 4 challenging every single year. To be competitive in every competition every single year. And to continuously fall at these hurdles is unacceptable. Something needs to be done. Maybe it's a tactical switch. Maybe it's a personnel switch. Maybe I do need to start selling people off to China. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video for what it was worth. And if you did, please go and drop a like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And if you want to leave a comment on the episode or the series as a whole, please leave in the comment box below. I do appreciate every single comment that you guys put down. Anyway, guys, this is Gendo, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.